I'm a dreamer. I have to dream and reach for the stars, and if I miss a star then I grab a handful of clouds. I could feel his muscle tissues collapse under my force. It's ludicrous these mortals even attempt to enter my realm. When I was in prison, I was wrapped up in all those deep books. That Tolstoy crap, people shouldn't read that stuff. Real freedom is having nothing. I was freer when I didn't have a cent. I'm a Muslim, but I think Jesus would have a drink with me. He would be cool. He would talk to me. It's good to know how to read, but it's dangerous to know how to read and not how to interpret what you're reading. I'm the biggest fighter in the history of the sport. If you don't believe it, check the cash register. That's what people respect, the fact that I wasn't a chump that laid on his back and gave up. I'm just like you. I enjoy the forbidden fruits in life, too. I intend to fight and I want to win. But my priorities are basically to be a good brother and a strong one, and to try to be a good father one day. I think the average person thinks I'm a nut and I deserve whatever happens to me. I can inspire people on how to use money, how to get economically powerful. That equals to being a fool, having fame and no fortune. A lot of guys out there have fame doing this and doing that, but they are broke. The drug dealers, they sympathize with me. They see me as some sort of pathetic character. People are going to say what they say. I know sometimes I say things, I offend people. The only thing I do is just pray for inspiration, for a way of thinking, because I don't have any particular goal in sight. You come home, and you party. But after that, you get a hangover. Everything about that is negative. I have the same malice in my heart as far as the fight game is concerned, but outside the ring, I won't say anything a dignified man won't say. Mr. Arthur Ashe, he was good. I read some of his books. He knew about everything, but he was real quiet and didn't talk much. I never met him. I know I'm going to blow one day. My life is doomed the way it is. I have no future. Another thing that freaks me out is time. Time is like a book. You have a beginning, a middle and an end. It's just a cycle. One day some guy is going to get $1 billion fight. If Jesus was here, do you think Jesus would show me any love? Do you think Jesus would love me? I know why they don't like me, because they want the money I have. If Jesus was here, do you think Jesus would show me any love? Do you think Jesus would love me? Anyone with a grain of sense would know that if I punched my wife I would rip her head off. It's all lies. I have never laid a finger on her. Some people try to get you out of slavery for you to be their slave. Every time there's a revolution, it comes from somebody reading a book about revolution. David Walker wrote a book and Nat Turner did his thing. When Jesus comes back, these crazy, greedy, capitalistic men are gonna kill him again. I feel like sometimes that I was not meant for this society. I'm in trouble because I'm normal and slightly arrogant. A lot of people don't like themselves and I happen to be totally in love with myself. You can't stay married in a situation where you are afraid to go to sleep in case your wife might cut your throat. I'm not Mother Teresa, but I'm not Charles Manson, either. I don't react to a tragic happening anymore. I took so many bad things as a kid and some people think I don't care about anything. It's just too hard for me to get emotional. I can't cry no more. I'm not much for talking. You know what I do. I put guys in body bags when I'm right. I try to catch them right on the tip of his nose, because I try to punch the bone into the brain. Sometimes I put on a ski mask and dress in old clothes, go out on the streets and beg for quarters. I don't try to intimidate anybody before a fight. That's nonsense. I intimidate people by hitting them. I want to rip out his heart and feed it to Lennox Lewis. I want to kill people. I want to rip their stomachs out and eat their children. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people, greatness is being accepted by the people. God lets everything happen for a reason. It's all a learning process, and you have to go from one level to another. As long as we persevere and endure, we can get anything we want. I feel bad about my outlook, how I feel about people and society, and that I'll never be part of society the way I should. Quayle said the worst thing that happened to him was that he never trusted his own judgment. I said from now on I am going to go with my own judgment. I just look around and say, I'm a mess. I don't know why I do things. I love to hit people. I love to. I was hoping he would get up so I could hit him again and keep him down. These books ain't window dressing. I think Machiavelli's the most sophisticated writer outside of Shakespeare. Way ahead of his time. Such a manipulative person. Everything he accomplished he did by kissing ass. I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious, the most ruthless champion there has ever been. No one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror? No. He's no Alexander. I'm Alexander. I'm the best ever. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's never been anyone like me. I'm from their cloth. There is no one who can match me. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm the ferocious. I want his heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah. Whatever you want, especially when you're striving to be the best in the world at something, there'll always be disappointments, and you can't be emotionally tied to them, 'cause they'll break your spirit. It's interesting that you put me in the league with those illustrious fighters, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Jack Johnson, but I've proved since my career I've surpassed them as far my popularity. I'm the biggest fighter in the history of the sport. If you don't believe it, check the cash register. I can quit boxing now and practically go into any kind of business and I'll be successful just as well as I was in boxing. It doesn't faze me what anyone says about me. It doesn't matter what anyone says about me. I'm a totally different entity to what other people think. Michael and Tyson are two different people. I'm Tyson here. We live in a society where we basically live and strive on what people think about us. We're more visual people, so what we see is basically what we believe, which is not necessarily true. We want to believe that we're different than the average guy that's working 9 to 5, that our thoughts are different than his. Our inspirations and desires are different than his. That's why we succeed and he didn't, 'cause we want to believe we're different, but he just didn't get the break that we had, or he wasted it on something else. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't have fun accomplishing your goals. Sometimes people don't have the determination, the will, the steadfastness, the tenacity, they give in under the slightest struggle. If they don't have that extreme addict personality, you can never understand how a guy can blow $300 or $400 million. If I have to live at the top of the world, I also have to live at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know how to live in the middle of life. I'm sorry I let everybody down, I'm fighting just to pay my bills. I don't have the stomach for this anymore. I don't have the desire for it. I feel bad for the people. I wish they could get their money back.